Hello, everybody. So today I'll be talking about my absolute favorite part about my 20 favorite roller coasters I've ridden as of mid-February 2021. I'm going to go alphabetically and just talk about why these things are my favorite parts of the rides, and hopefully y'all do enjoy this. Recommend some more videos in the comment section below. I've got more coaster reps coming, so let me know if you want to hop on a track, but let's get into this video. My favorite thing about Banshee is simply the inversions. I'm not one to sit here and rave about inversions usually. They're not one of the absolute best elements of a ride in my opinion, but I am sitting here and raving about these because these are the best inversions I've experienced, probably. And they're not insanely whippy compared to other B&M inverts, but sometimes you just need a fun ride where you can laugh and have a good time. That's what these inversions give you. They're very fun, and that Heartline roll has some awesome hang time. My favorite part of Batman the Ride, the one at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and not the clones. Well, it is a clone, but not the invert. This is the SNS 4D Free Spin. My favorite part of this is that this is such a scary ride, and what I mean by that is I get sweaty and nervous whenever I ride it. It's one of the more terrifying models out there because it flips you a lot and your whole body slides from the back to the front of the seats. It's a really cool thing to experience. Behemoth's best thing is just simply the hills. They're very fun. The floater isn't the strongest on a hyper I've experienced, but at least it's more than Candemonium. It's just a nice ride going over the water, going up and down. That's the only way to describe it. The ejector hills at the end are the best though. And the best thing about Candemonium is the theming. Hershey Park having a candy themed coaster shouldn't really be a new thing, but it is, and they did a good job on this. The lights in the station, the Hershey's Kiss water fountain, and the candy trains are really cool. And the last hyper in a row, and the best I've done is Diamondback. The floater airtime is by far the best thing about this ride. Your butt comes so far out of the seat and it'll be slammed back down. This is the strongest floater I've ever experienced, and it exceeded expectations by a mile. Hydra's best moment is the first drop. You can argue the JoJo roll is the best, and it is up there, but the drop is one of my all-time favorites. Possibly my most GP opinion, the drop is great because it looks like you're going to slam into the giant rocks at the bottom. I don't care that it sounds GP though, it's true. Iron Rattler does best at its drop. It twists down 171 feet and you get an awesome head chopper at the bottom. I didn't do the front, but I would imagine that the drop wouldn't be the best part of the ride anymore. The back row is by far the way to go on this. Leviathan's best part is the speed. It's just so fast going over 90 miles an hour. It's an overrated coaster, but the speed is very good. That's all that's really memorable with the ride. The best part of my favorite coaster, Lightning Rod, is the violent back-to-back airtime. Traveling 73 miles per hour, going uphill and downhill, sideways and right side up is insane. If your thighs don't hurt from the airtime weeks later, then you're not human. I don't care if you rode it once. My favorite part of Maverick is the variety. The drop is amazing, and then it has an amazing launch. It has intense, snappy turns, and then it has some ejector airtime. It's also next to the water and very compact. This ride has everything you want in a coaster, except good restraints. The highlight of Millennium Force is the speed. It's a very intense ride, and it should be going 93 miles an hour. When it goes 93 miles an hour, it should be that fast. All the turns are gone over so fast because of the wicked fast pace. It's a really good ride because of how fast it is and feels. The best part of Orion is the fun factor. The first drop and hill at the end are the best elements, but the whole ride is just a blast. No element on here will be boring, it's just all good fun. Not every element will blow you away, but again, it's just fun and my favorite Giga Coaster because of how fun it is. The Phantom's Revenge does best at its ejector airtime hill before the double down. Double down doesn't give airtime, so at least this thing is here to give you a top 5 airtime moment of all time. Good job not flying out of your seat and surviving on this ride if you have ridden this. The highlighter for Beamflyer 2 is the first drop. It's very strong floater, borderline flowjector while going down the drop. It would be a good drop without the airtime, but this just adds to it. and probably what makes it a top 10 drop I've felt. I really enjoy it. It's a whole lot better than the curved drops on GCIs. I need to get a lesson from these gravity groups. For Ride of Steel, I have to give it to both the first drop and the airtime hills. You'll have a fun, gut punching, airtime filled ride on this every single time. It's impossible to avoid it. It is an intense ride, but airtime is way more fun, so that's definitely the best part of the ride. Oh, and the drop is easily top 10, maybe top 5 I've done. My favorite part of Skyrush is Skyrush. The whole thing feels like an airplane crash. It's painful throughout the whole ride in a good way. This is the most extreme coaster I've ever ridden. Don't ride this if you have a paper cut because this coaster can tweak even the most minor of injuries. The best thing about Steel Vengeance is how this ride lasts approximately a year and it has non-stop airtime for that whole entire year. You never get a break from that airtime. It is a very relentless ride. It's like a bull and it's a world-class coaster for that reason. Top Thrill Dragster's best part is the launch. I don't know if I have to explain it. 120 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds is insane. Yeah, that's it. Wild Eagle does best at its first drop. You get some sick views of the Smoky Mountains from the top, and I loved looking at Elrod go while all of a sudden falling to the ground. I always try to make rides better by looking at other stuff to get that sensation of surprise. Even on like Steel Vengeance and Lightning Rod, I do that. And this is a good ride for that. It's a world class drop to me, honestly. I love it. Joker and Batman, Arashi 2, Wonder Woman, it is Golden Lasso. Ooh, does best at violent airtime. The way I was screaming on it, you'd think a serial killer was right next to me. This is the definition of insanity. Don't ride this coaster if you want a calming ride. You need to see a mental hospital if you plan on doing that. Let me know your favorite parts of some of your favorite coasters. I'll be glad to hear. And again, suggest videos down below and let me know if you want a feature on a wrap. With that being said, I'm out. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later.